Hi everyone, trust you all are doing well. So in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to create our comments policy for our application to just make sure that the right users can actually leave, edit, and update any comments. Right, so let's open our terminal. Right, so in order to create a policy, we do PHP artisan make policy, and then we just type in obviously our comment policy like this, and then we press enter. Right, so now our policy is created, so let's open up our policy. Right, as you can see, got our policy right there. In order to get there, you go to app policies. We'll see we got our common policy right here. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the constructor. I'm just going to create three constants. The first one will be create. It's going to call on the method create. Second one is update. It's going to call the method update. And the other one is going to be delete. Call on the method delete. All right. So before we can actually call on any methods, before we actually going to create these methods right here, we just want to make sure that we assign authorization. If you guys remember from the previous one that we had, let me just save this. Let's just open up the policy. We created a post policy. So before any of the other methods are called, we're just going to make sure that we give full access and authorization to the admin users. Okay, so that we're going to do the same thing in this case. All right, so we can do a public function. And this one is going to be called before. All right, so this is a method for that comes with Laravel. Right, so before any of the other these methods that we're going to create are called, we're going to run this one first. Okay, and then basically we're just going to return this. Obviously, have to pass in the user. Let's just add the user in there. So we're going to return if the user is super admin, or if the user is admin, or if the user is a moderator. All right, so we're just going to make sure that a moderator, in this case, because in the post policy, what we had is we just wanted to make sure if it's the admin or super admin. But with the comment policy, because that's what we're going to use the moderators for, just to moderate the comment section. All right, so we just want to make sure the moderators can basically update or delete any post deemed necessary. All right, so let's quickly create these three methods. So the first one is the create. Right, we're going to take in the user and the post. This is going to also return a boolean. Okay. So in this case, what we're going to do is we just want to make sure in the create method, okay, we just want to make sure the user is basically verified. Has verified email address. Right, so we just want to make sure, actually remove that. I just want to make sure the user that actually create the post, I just want to make sure that they got a verified email address in our create one. Let's make sure that this is imported. Yes, it's imported right there. Right, so for the update one, all right, we're going to do update. Right, just remember when we call the constant, it will call the update because of that. So we just have a user and the post. It's going to return a boolean. Right. So what we want to do is we just wanted to check if the post is basically authored by this user. Okay, so we're just going to return the post is authored. Let's just make sure we bring in this post right there. Okay, so post is authored by this user. Obviously, we don't have that. Right, so we don't actually have to add these these three, the super admin, admin, because what we have done, normally would have done is we just would have add these like this. All right, just to kind of check, but we don't have to add that because before any of these methods are called, we're just making sure that these are basically authorized. Right. The next one that we're going to do is we're just going to do the delete one. We're going to take in the user parameter again, and the post, and it must be a boolean, and we're just going to return that. Just make sure that the post is authored by the current user. Right, so we're just going to make sure if the normal users, they must just be the author, otherwise they can have deleted. Same with the update and delete, edit, and all that kind of stuff. But the admins, super admins, the admins, and the moderators can be able to do all of it. Right, so that's it. The next thing that we want to do is we actually want to register this policy. So in order to do that, we go to our app, providers, our auth provider right here. You'll see we got our user policy, post policy. Now the next one that we're going to add is our comment policy. And so we're just going to do our comment clause. We just make sure that's imported. Right, and the next one that we have is our comment policy. We just make sure that's imported as well. All right, so that's it for me, guys. If you like the video, please give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.